Hi everybody, this is the Lucky TJ at Living Metaphysically, and I am here to talk about a couple of things that were on my mind today. And some of what my material is going to be is not going to be totally only about cryptocurrency because my channel and I, in general, yeah, I love cryptocurrency, and yes, I also am very passionate about helping people. I'm very passionate about honesty. I'm very passionate about integrity. And you know what? There's another thing that was on my mind today, and I wanted to talk about it. Um, what is the guy's name? Oren Klaff. So, all right. So lately what so if I've said this before in some of my videos, one of the things is that last year in 2017 in March, I was turned on to cryptocurrency, and it was a very wild and exciting year. And now it's July. As a matter of fact, July is almost over, and I was just thinking about how today I did not go out to the river like I love to do. And one of the reasons why I love cryptocurrency and why I'm involved in the new thing I'm into, which I guess is sort of new, it's a new old thing, is actually network marketing and affiliate marketing. Because I really see that whatever way is going to happen, I've always wanted to create residual income and passive income. So you might be in cryptocurrency for exactly that reason. So one of the things I noticed is that with crypto, uh, for myself, I know that there was a lot of attractive things happening in cryptocurrency. As far as there, people started showing me programs. I was on YouTube looking at other crypto YouTubers, and they were into programs. There was a lot of programs out last year. Let's say I started in March, but by the time that I actually started studying crypto, immediately around that time, I did get in. I got into a program, and then I was watching some people. So I hate to even mention their names, but essentially, I did see videos about BitConnect. I thought it was fairly decent. I saw videos about mining, so I got into Genesis. I still have Genesis mining contracts because it's lifetime. Even though I don't know, I don't think they've been paying much lately. I haven't been paying so much attention to those because I got a lot of my time and energy invested into my new business. And that's another thing that I noticed is that people have to know something about life is that, never quit. Never quit. Like no matter what, never give up. Don't commit suicide. Keep going, and life really can be what you want it to be. You just have to tap into what your potential is and set up a way to be able to get there. Have some goals, write them down, get a coach, whatever you need to do to make the changes. So why I'm making this video is because I want to talk to you about what I found to be true and how obviously, because I told you I am doing some marketing here. I want you to get on my team, but why? Like what would you being on my team? What would that do? So back to the story is that last year, I saw that in May and June. So when I first got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I was following box mining and Trevon James and who else? There were several other people. I mean, I was just like sort of getting my feet wet trying to figure out the whole thing. I didn't really understand anything about crypto. I didn't understand about. I mean, I didn't have any money market or trading experience. So I had seen, just like everybody else, I had seen Jim Cramer on TV, but I didn't know much about stocks or anything. I didn't grow up in a wealthy family that could teach me those types of things. So when it came down to cryptocurrency and the markets and trading and all that stuff, well, I didn't know anything about it. So that's one of the good things about what I'm into now, is that the company that I'm with now gives crypto education, which is something I wish I had last year, because even today, now you'll see there's a video I did earlier where I talked about having Tezos, and I bought Tezos just on a whim last year. I liked what I read when they had the ICO. And I don't know if Tezos, I bought two ICOs last year early on. One was Presearch and one was Tezos. But other than those two, the rest of the ICOs after that, many of them weren't really great. And I use all of my experiences as learning. Like it was like a big class in learning what to do, what to not do, what to trust, who to trust, and all that. And, so that's how come I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not mad at YouTubers. I'm not mad at Trevon James or anybody else. I never blame anything on anybody else. My life is my own creation. I know and I believe totally that my words, thoughts, and feelings create a vibration and brings from the invisible to the visible manifestation. That's where I'm coming from. So nobody else's YouTube video forced me to do anything, no matter what program I was in or what money I lost. I'm not really worried about it. Why? Because I accept responsibility that I'm making my own choices, and that's exciting. It's very empowering. So speaking of power and excitement, I've been wanting to understand more about my original thing from way years and years ago, was that I've always wanted to generate I really always wanted to have a lot of money. And why? Because I want to always have a lot. It's not so much like I have to have lots of things, even though things are great. People have to have money in order to be able to live in this 3D world. And the more money you have, the more you can give to others, the more you can afford to have like the best life. And to me, what that equals is plenty of time and plenty of money and plenty of space and plenty of natural things. Things that if I am not wealthy, then I won't have as much of that in my life, and then I'll be having days where I sit back and say, oh wow, I was trading my time today because I worked from home and I couldn't go to the river, and that's kind of a drag. So I'm not trying to ramble or anything. All my videos are not necessarily for everybody. So if and so this is one of the things I learned from Oren Klaff. I spelled it wrong, but it doesn't matter. They knew who it was. But anyway, I'm on a really great team with the company that I'm with. And during one of the webinars, one of the team leaders she mentioned something about a book called Pitch Anything. And understanding that people in general are always enrolling someone or not into something or other and pitching themselves. And, we're always on some level trying to get people, to engage with us in some sort of way. So with me me attaining more information about, how now that I'm with a company that I really align with and believe in, like, sharing that with others, like I didn't have a big list, so, I get to advertise, number one, and also I'd like to personally be able to sponsor or enroll people to be on my team so I can work with them and help them to be successful, because that's exciting to me. And I think about how many people's lives can be changed with with the company. Um, and you'll see the link underneath for the company. And so one of the things about Oren Klaff is that when he talks about how radical his pitching methods are, he talks about how you are the gift. And today's a day when it sort of came to me that I am a gift. And what I bring to the table for my team members is, number one, a person who's very aware, who's sensitive, has integrity. I'm not even the kind of person who wants to tell a bunch of little white lies or do anything shaky or shady. That isn't what I'm up to. So honesty is really important to me, and also I care about people a lot. So I care more about people. Well, I don't know. Then I'm not saying than anybody else necessarily, but maybe maybe it does turn out to be that way. But that's one thing you get when you team up with me, is that you get a person that you can trust, and who's done work on themselves, who knows how to communicate, who appreciates communication and sensitivity and direct communication, no bullshit, no fakeness, and my mind isn't cluttered with a whole lot of other stuff. So when I think about it, I kind of really got it today that I am a gift, that people are always, so the team that I have now, they know that they can rely on me for support, because I'm always going to support a person, and I'm always going to support a person to be better than what they think they are, and in any kind of way, to help them to bust through any negative bullshit stuff that they're saying or being or whatever, if I can, if it's some sort of way for me to help them with that. So self-improvement. So today, actually, in the last couple of days, this is another thing you're going to get by being on my team. You get the benefit of a person who is doing self-improvement work. And I've been, for the last couple of days, actually for the last couple of weeks, actually, I've studied Oren Klaff. I'm always studying something. I'm always studying how to be better at something. So, I'm studying how to be better at talking with people, because I've just noticed that, I've been a loner. So for me to even have a team of people and to be able to see if I can help people to be better in in marketing, or better in this kind of way of having a team, is way different than the first part of my crypto journey, which was basically buying crypto, trading a little bit, holding on, or invest, or putting it into programs and then getting money back. And it's a whole different thing to actually have a team of people and to be responsible, feeling at least responsible to help them to achieve their goals, to help them, to be able to, because to be able, and I guess to have your goals is a good thing, a good way to put it. But what I mean is, there's a lot of people who may not believe in the process that they're in. So I've been seeing that sort of reveal itself. People are in different places at different times, and they may not have the type of personality or the training, or they may not have a lot, but they're stepping out, trying to be successful, and they do need a strong leader who can support them. And there's a lot of strong leaders in our team. So I was just, noticing that each of us has a gift, and each of us has something that's different than the other ones. So that's one thing that's making our team really great. And so one of my specialties is self-improvement, and self-improvement can help you in any area of your life, not only business, not only having to do with money, but it helps you in general. Like communication is very key in self-improvement, because you learn how to communicate. You first of all listening to yourself, number one, listening to other people, how to communicate effectively, how to be, there's just a lot of ways of being that you can learn from improving yourself. So that's how come I started studying Oren Klaff, and he's got a lot of really cool things. So you can go and do a search on YouTube for him, and he'll give you, he'll tell you a lot about how he does a lot of pitches. And of course, he's a marketer, so he has his classes, trainings, etc., you can find. So he's a good one to check out. And interestingly, several months ago, one of the guys that I sort of follow on Facebook went to a Grant Cardone 10X, some sort of like large, I think it was in Vegas, where they had some really big event, and people paid a lot of money to go there. And what's interesting, I'm going to get this for a second, is that years ago, I used to sell cars, and I had found these, so now I'm making this video, which is sort of fun. Years ago, I used to sell cars, and of course, when you sell anything, sales. I had stumbled upon Grant Cardone from way back then. So I have, look at these. I have cassette tapes. So I'm gonna hold these up to the camera. So look at these. These are old cassette tapes that I never got rid of. And here's one. Let me just read you some of these titles. Leadership. What They Don't Teach You. Here, Power and Influence. Mastering the Art of Persuasion. Hey, maybe I'll find a player and play that. And I had one or two, I think. Sales Magic, Simon & Schuster. That was a publishing company. I guess, I don't know if they're around. But I had some by Grant Cardone. And I just think it's interesting to come back to Grant Cardone and be interested in his work. Here it is, all these many years later. This is weird. I don't have exactly one that says his name. Oh well, that's fine. But anyway, it's probably one of the ones that just is handwritten. But anyway, Grant Cardone. So when I was interested in the work that he's doing now, because I know that like after I was doing cars way long time ago, then he had blown up and gotten like really big. I think in general, but in real estate. And of course, if you haven't heard of him, he's very motivational and making tons and tons of money, and he's got fantastic sales ideas, attitude, etc. So I just started going ahead the last couple of days and checking out the 10X. He has a book called The 10X Rule. So it's an audio, actually there's an audio book. I was listening to it. I don't know I hope this is legal. If it isn't, then I apologize, Grant. But anyway, I did listen to that. And I did listen to a couple other things. One was a small video that he put out. Well, a couple of little videos like where, and I'll probably go through a bunch of these, because I'm really enjoying learning again. So he mentioned Jim Rohn. Well, actually, one more thing is that I think that Tony Robbins, who I also was into years back, he's another good one. And I had been one of the people in our big team was talking about Tony Robbins. Did I say Robbins? I hope I did. And how, there's a movie that was out. It's a Netflix movie right now, and it talks about Oh my God, what's the name of it? Wait, one sec. Um, Here it is. It's called "I Am Not Your Guru," and that movie, apparent, the guy was talking about how it changed his life. So all of these authors and people who are in the limelight talking about, your mindset. Everyone will tell you that everything in life is about your mindset. So
Everything that you really want in your life comes down to one thing. You want some kind of change in how you feel, or what I call a change of state. The state of mind or body you're in at that moment in time. We all want to change how we feel. Think about it. The only reason you want more money, you don't want little pieces of paper with pictures of deceased notables on it, do you? Of course not. You want money because of what you think it'll give you. You think it'll give you more freedom, more fun, or the ability to give to other people. You believe it's going to lead to some kind of pleasure if you want it. Say, I want a business. Listen, I know a lot of people in business who don't want their business anymore. The bottom line is it's not the business you want, it's what you think a business will give you. The feeling changes you think it'll give you. Somebody says, I want to get married. They want to get married because of what they think that will give them. Or I want a relationship. They think it's going to give them a certain kind of feeling. That's what drives all of our behaviors. Challenge me on this. See if you can find an exception. Is there anything in your life that you really, really want that the reason you want it doesn't come down to eventually some feeling you're going to get if this thing happens in your life? I'll tell you over and over again, no matter what exception someone has tried to find, if I keep asking them, well, why do you want that? But why do you want that? But why do you want that? Eventually they get to a point where they go, well, because it makes me feel good.
So, feeling good is something that is actually really important. I think it's really key in life. And I think that a lot of people don't put enough emphasis on understanding states, like the state of feeling good. Not so much like a temporary feeling of, oh, I feel good today, just because I feel good, but having the ability to stay in a peaceful state, to be in a loving state, to be in a forgiving state, to have empathy, to have compassion. That's one of the things, to live life and not have so much drama. I think that's very, very important. And here, I don't know if you could read this, it said law of attraction coaching. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. So technically, that's one of the things that I bring to the table as well, is that one of my gifts is that, to me, I see a common thread between all of these four people, Oren Klaff, Grant Cardone. They're all talking about your mindset and how your mindset has a lot to do with your wealth. Your mindset has a lot to do your emotional self has a lot to do with your success in life, your success in relationships, success in general. And I don't know if it was Tony Robbins, maybe today I was listening earlier, but one of them mentioned this guy, Jim Rohn, who I had also heard of, but he's the one person out of, actually, Oren Klaff was new to me. These two were not new to me, although their most recent work was sort of new. But I started listening to Jim Rohn, and I just want to play this for a second because I thought this was ironic, because some of what first of all, Tony Robbins was saying something that was almost just like my exact story. He was talking about how when he was younger and he had some problems at home, he was old enough apparently to own a car, because he said that his parents had broken up, and then his mother kicked him out, and he was living in his car, and then he knew he needed to change, and that so he started feeding his mind and going to the library and reading books, and he knew that as long as he kept putting in more things into his mind, then his mind was not going to be controlled by the external things that were going on. And that's really important. So I found the same thing. I've actually been doing that same thing for several years, especially since 2012, where I've been finding a lot of success to continuously feed my mind this kind of stuff, positive stuff, spiritual stuff, whatever it is, keeping my mind out of other kinds of stuff, which I'm not saying I'm perfect. Yeah, sometimes I read stuff on the news, but I don't watch TV. I'm not watching movies right now. I've been abstaining from those for about a year, and so yeah, I'm on the internet. I may watch I may watch some videos, not really movies. I did watch a Tony Robbins movie. So I watched and listened to it actually, but one of the things I've found is that if you can continuously feed your mind positive things, that's what you're going to get out of life. If you can get rid of, like, stop the negative habits of, like, feeding your mind with, like, negative things that don't help you to transform or be enlightened or to help yourself and help other people, then you're just going to keep staying on the same kind of, like, life. And, you are what you think about. Anyway, Psychology of Wealth Thinking, Jim Rohn. So I just want you to hear this for a little bit.
Here's the big challenge of life. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. That's the challenge. And of course, the other side of the coin reads, unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you got. I have found in my experience that income does not far exceed personal development. Now, sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If somebody hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly, so you get to keep the money. Otherwise, sure enough, it'll disappear. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Incredible. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. Success is looking for a good place to stay.
Yeah,
so
check it
instead
out.
of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. See, the major question to ask on the job is not what are you getting. The major question to ask on the job is, what are you becoming? The big question is, not what am I getting paid here? The big question is, what am I becoming here? Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become. So that's our major subject for tonight,
So, if you want to hear the rest of this, you can just go right on, and you can go right on YouTube and hear the rest. So, I just wanted to share that these are some wonderful tools that you can use to help you to succeed in whatever you're doing. And if you're interested in a successful opportunity with the company that I'm working with now, which is called Unify, then the link is going to be in the description. If you like this video, then click like and then subscribe and hit the bell so you can see when more of my videos. I'm going to keep making videos, and essentially Unify is a company that has a very big vision. They want to help people to have financial stability all over the world, and they have they just launched, and they have a big, like I said, they have a big vision to help people by giving them what they call a hand up and a handout. And they have a project going on called Unify Cares, where they'll be helping they have different projects for different types of different people in need all over the world. Their products are Daily Signals and Prosperity U, which will teach you about cryptocurrency, understanding trading, understanding other things, also how to protect your wealth. They have live signals, altcoin reporting, etc., and a great affiliate program. So I'm not going to go into Unify that much on this video. I'm just going to leave my link, and I just want to say one more thing before I super big thing that you can't know all that much about just yet about me, about our team, about Unify is that our marketing system is really so dynamic, and it's the best thing out here. It's funny that in the year and a half or almost a half that I've been in crypto, I have seen seriously program after program after program being either it was an ICO or some other kind of program. And I'm in a couple of programs now, even before I found Unify in this particular team. Like I had started off, checking out a couple of programs. And seriously, this Unify, number one, is so is so good for so many ways. They've got a lot of technical things that are better or different in comparison. Not to say that other programs aren't that great, but it's just to see that they have a lot of things in place that really are working very well. And the community is really, really excellent. But the training for learning how to trade, the signals are really, really great. People are really making money with those. And the affiliate program is really, really awesome. It has a matrix, and that's really great. It's easy. And but the marketing system that's being used by our team and the communication is like A plus 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 plus. It is way, the funnels, the emails, everything is being supplied. So there's such an opportunity for life-changing financial stability if you sign up with Unify on our team. Use my link, because then you're going to get me, and I am committed to supporting you to have your dreams. So that's going to be one of the first things that we do is talk about what you want to accomplish, and so you have my support. So all right, so what else can I say before I close? My motto is question everything. Find out what it is that is keeping you from having your dreams, whether it would be dreams of wealth, success, business, good health, whatever it is. Certainly you can have all those things in this life. I'm 100% certain of it. And there's plenty of tools out here, and a lot of it has to do with you being able to be in touch with the you that's inside of yourself. So on that note, I shall say peace out.